Here are the top 10 best Xbox 360 games playable on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. First up, we have the legendary, the well-loved, the sprawling, open western epic that is Red Dead Redemption. The original game will break your heart in the epic single-player story campaign, whereas the multiplayer will break your soul as you battle others online in an unforgiving, large-scale environment that still looks absolutely beautiful with the resolution improvement that was made to it on the modern platform. It's a stunning game featuring a epic day-night set against the backdrop of this engaging narrative, and don't forget that there might be a little bit of an undead component as well. It's cool. I mean, there's zombies. And, yeah, I mean, it's one of the best games ever made. It's Red Dead. This is Gears of War 3. The conclusion to the trilogy of games also got a resolution improvement and a frame rate FPS boost as well. So, yeah, this story follows a bit of a Brothers to the End scenario as the core squad of Gears face off against their biggest threat yet, or at least a combination of threats, as they try to save the day, dive into the past, and figure out what exactly has been going on during these large-stake, locust wars that have been raging for years at this point. It's got a very epic, cooperative, and narrative-driven campaign. It's got an expansive, fun horde mode where you can work together against waves of enemies. It's got beast mode, where you can play as the monsters that you've been fighting. It's got the multiplayer, which is still a blast, epic, fast-paced, and just gripping as you battle other people, or even the AI online. This is Alan Wake, which is one of the greatest games ever made. It's a psychological thriller where you are a writer, and you are trying to figure out what exactly happened to your wife. And there's this big sense of mystery and scale, and it's designed in a very spooky, scary sort of way that kind of keeps you on the edge of mystery, wondering what exactly is going on. You're blasting these shadowy shapes, using your flashlight as a weapon, and trying to, survive in the very immersive sort of environments that have been set up. This is American Nightmare, which is a spin-off that's being shown here, but yeah, it's still Alan Wake gameplay, and it just gives you an idea of, Alan Wake itself being an epic, great game that is most certainly worth your time. It is one of the best games, again, ever created. It's excellent. I mean, it's a Remedy title. It's very well done, and it's engaging and unique, and it's just, there's not much out there like it, really. This is Call of Duty Black Ops. That's right, the original Black Ops has a gripping narrative where you are trying to figure out what exactly is going on with these numbers. Everybody's like, the numbers, and you're like, huh? So anyways, you shoot your way through this really interesting, very much in the mind sort of narrative-driven campaign. Then there's the online multiplayer, if you can get things going on that one. Those maps are excellent. There's the zombies, which I consider to be the pinnacle of the entire Call of Duty Zombies experiences. You get all of the Worlds at War maps kind of upgraded through the Resurrected pack. You get the stunning selection of different levels that will challenge you in unique ways within the zombies. It's just like, it's the whole package. It's a great story, great multiplayer, great zombies, and it comes together for something that I think actually holds up very, very well. It is an excellent entry within the Call of Duty series, and very well loved. This is Dead Space 2 with the FPS boost. I know, right? It's feeling better than ever. It's looking good. It's feeling action-packed. And yeah, you get to go around as this humble engineer as you are trying to survive from these terrifying necromorphs. They're monstrosities. And there's other people that are problems too. This one sort of builds upon the, kind of adventure of the original game, taking it to new heights with bits of action, but still having definitely that messed up sense of terror, discovery, and horror as you try to run away from the darkness that follows you. Good luck doing that because, well, I mean, you're not really going to make it too far. You're definitely in crowded, dark environments being chased by all these creatures and stuff. So conserve your ammo, try to survive, and try to make it to the end of figuring out what exactly is happening, because things just keep getting worse for you. This is Fable 2, a magical RPG, one of the best role-playing games ever created, with elements of morality and house ownership, and battling, and magic, and weapons, and sword battling, and light elements of weaponry. It's really quite a majestic journey, and you get to do it with a doggo. You can also play, to a degree cooperatively, and you can enjoy the large, expansive magic that is Fable 2. It's a very, very well-loved entry in the series, perhaps the most out of the franchise, and it was just like a neat sort of upgrade to that original experience with the same humor and charm that only the Fable series provides. It's a franchise that has delighted, and Fable 2 is a really, really well-done entry in that series that I know many people do still love to this day. This is Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, it's time to go gambling out in the West, or, well, not really, because everything's fallen apart. Well, or maybe it hasn't in the area where the gambling really matters. It's a role-playing game where you're trying to figure out what exactly happened to your package. I know, what a premise, right? So you make your own character, you head out in first or third person perspectives, using dialogue-driven choices in order to directly impact the narrative, and choose sort of where your story goes in regards to what sort of ending, what sort of situation, what sort of setup is going on within your role-playing experience. You get to make your own path out here. You get to engage in a variety of differing stories and entertainment, and it's quite an experience that can go off in many differing and unique ways, with many challenges throughout as you shoot, blast, or even sweet talk your way through anything that goes on. This is Max Payne 3. Your buddy Max Payne, he's getting old. He's getting tired. He's battling a crippling drug addiction. And, he needs your help to kind of guide him. He's still got the cool bullet moves of the past, but he's not as nimble and quick as he once was in a situation where he's gobbling down pills and drinking like crazy and trying to protect these people. You are thrown in the middle of that, and you're going to have to kill a whole bunch of people that get in the way of you and whatever sort of self-righteous sort of thing you got going on here, as you literally just try to survive through the narrative as this character that really has had better days. And it's just a single player at this point, but it is a very well done story that a lot of people, quite like and quite remember, and it definitely does continue your character, but in a grueling old person sort of way. This is The Elder Scrolls 4: Oblivion, a high fantasy experience where you set forth to go and make choices and discover the story however you'd like to. There's elements of magic, elements of decision making, elements of combat. It's really quite remastered, like in terms of getting resolution improvement and the FPS boost. So you get a little bit of everything with this one. And like I said, it really plays well into the high fantasy RPG elements. It's got these rich towns and rich worlds full of lore, with so many different areas that you can really just explore and take in. Well-furnished, well-polished environments. It is an iconic role-playing game. Very, very well done. You make choices, you make your mission very well known, as you are sort of set forth and given freedom to do whatever it is that you'd like to. It's very, very open-ended in its design and concept. This is Spec Ops: The Line. So this may seem like a pretty straightforward shooter, but as long as you don't look into this one ahead of playing it and you just experience the narrative, you will be shocked. This was one of the most surprising shooter games I have ever played, because it really makes you think about what you're doing and what's going on. It does have some pretty cool shooter elements to it as well, but wow, this game certainly has a deep impact, and I think the people that have played it really understand where I'm going for with that one, as this one will mess you up in the most interesting of ways. So anyways, those are excellent Xbox 360 games that you should jump in and play. Very good options from the library that are available still on the Series X through backwards compatibility. Once again, liking the video is great, subscribing is great as well. You're gonna have to talk fast.